You know what I'm saying? YouTube, it's your boy, Mr. Drip That Sauce everywhere I go. Mr. Take Your Whole Bit Unsolved Glow. Mr. Cop, go. Get it on back again of the banger video, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another Spooky Scary Friday, you feel me? Now, I know it's been a long time since y'all seen this Spooky Scary Friday, I'm sorry. But look, I got some bad news, look, I'm sorry. Today, I can only react to one scary video today, I'm sorry. Look, on Saturday and Sunday, I got y'all. 2 scary vids both days. If y'all want that, let me know in the comment section down below and I got y'all. But if you don't know what Scary Spooky Friday is, Scary Spooky Friday is a day where we come together as GloNem and we sit back, relax, smoke the runts, put our girls on Do Not Disturb cause we chilling with the gang, you feel me? And we sit back and we watch scary vids, you feel me? So today we're gonna be reacting to 8 unsolved mysteries that happened on Halloween. You know what I'm saying? But that's enough talking. We're gonna dive straight in this video, bro. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a banger video. I'm about to be on the Glow Marathon for y'all boys, you feel me? Without further ado, bro, let's start this video, bro. Let's go.
Halloween is the one night of the year where being scared is supposed to be good.
What's your favorite holiday, bro?
Harmless activities like
let me know in the comments down below.
Sometimes genuinely frightening and disturbing things can happen. This includes some horrific murders.
I like Halloween. I ain't like
disappearances.
I like watching scary movies, bro. Especially when I go to sleep.
Or corn mazes. These are 8 unsolved mysteries and disappearances that happened on Halloween. In 2015. 24-year-old Michael Miller and his friends were hosting a Halloween party in the house that they rented together on Halloween night.
I like when people go all out.
Michael says
Halloween
they invited
decorations.
around 40 people and told their friends to bring friends. And the crowd that came was actually around 40 people. At Halloween parties, typically people's costumes don't cover their faces unless part of the costume involves a mask or a face covering. But even when a costume will include a mask, usually at least at some point at a party, it would be expected for the wearer to take it off just to let their face breathe for a little bit.
Hell no.
That's why Michael and his housemates were suspicious when there was one guy in basically regular clothes, but who was wearing a gruesome-looking Halloween mask referred to as an Elephant Man mask.
Ugh.
He was sitting in a chair just seemingly doing nothing, making some of the guests...
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. If you come to my party and I see your ass just on some loner shit in an ugly ass mask, your ass gotta go, bro. Hell no.
Confused and uncomfortable.
I got neighbors, my nigga.
Nobody knew who it was, so Michael eventually went up to the guy and asked who it was, to which the man replied Billy in a deep voice. Michael said he didn't know any Billy, and asked him to remove his mask for a second.
Oh God.
The man refused, so Michael asked,
I wish a nigga would. You in my shit, and I tell you take off your mask and you refuse? Fuck you talking about? I'm letting off them shots. Fuck you talking about?
the man to leave, and he did.
Right,
at the same party, 2 girls fell unconscious, likely to being slipped roofing. That man was suspected to be the culprit. Even more, that same Saturday night, 2 neighboring houses were broken into and robbed.
That's crazy.
That
you gotta be careful,
was never identified.
Look,
and while it's not 100% certain that he was responsible for slipping something in anybody's drinks or for the nearby break-ins,
do not drink it,
bro. It would be a fairly safe assumption.
That go for anywhere you at your friend's house.
Cindy Song was a 21-year-old South Korean student attending Penn State University. In 2001, she dressed up in a bunny costume and attended a Halloween party at a nightclub near the college.
Oh, she on her Playboy shit.
She stayed at the club until around 2 a.m., then left for her friend's apartment where she spent the next few hours hanging out with her friends.
Yeah, the Panera Bread.
She was then dropped off at her apartment at 4 a.m., and this was the last anybody ever saw of her. After Cindy was reported missing, a search of her apartment yielded no signs of a struggle or foul play. Police knew she had made it inside because her fake eyelashes and the backpack that she...
Why he exposed this girl like that? The police know she was inside because they found her fake eyelashes. He exposed this shorty.
The party were found inside the apartment, as well as her cell phone. The only things missing were her purse and wallet, suggesting that she possibly went out again. Her credit card showed no activity after her disappearance, and neither the authorities nor her family believe that she vanished willingly. However, after her disappearance, a witness reported seeing a man resembling Cindy in the Chinatown district of Philadelphia. She was inside a vehicle with an unidentified male and appeared to be crying for help. In 2003, a man named Hugo Marcus Selinsky was arrested after the remains of 5 people were found buried in his backyard. Selinsky...
Bro, this nigga name is Hugo. What you was a magician, my nigga? Bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Shout out to all you white people out there, but white people, y'all be doing some weird shit, bro. Some weird shit. And y'all worry about us. Hell no, bro. This nigga had 5 bodies.
He and another man, Michael Kurkowski Jr., abducted Cindy off the street and kept her imprisoned in his walk-in safe until she perished. And
this nigga had a walk-in safe. So this nigga, bro, and this nigga house, this nigga's rich. What goes to show you that these rich ass white people, bro, they be doing some shit, my nigga. They doing some shit, my nigga. This nigga had a walk-in safe. He put her ass in a walk-in safe, bro. These niggas are weird, bro. Nigga backyard big as shit. He probably planted all those dead bodies back there.
That buried her on the property. However, none of the remains discovered could be identified as Cindy, and the only person who could confirm this was Kurkowski, but his body was one of the many buried on Selinski's land. The case remains open to this day, and no evidence exists to link Selinski.
R.I.P. shorty. That's crazy.
Halloween night in 2002, 21-year-old University of Minnesota student Chris Jenkins and some of his friends visited a
You know this nigga a frat boy. All the frat boys be wearing this type of necklace.
keg party before going to a place called the Lone Tree
drink
Bar
all the
and Grill.
keggers.
The bar was in downtown Minneapolis, where Chris was attending school. The group arrived around 10:30
You go to
p.m.
University of Minnesota?
Around an hour and a half later,
The
Chris was
Gophers?
removed from the bar by security for reportedly being too drunk, and he was banned from returning.
I told y'all.
Chris was
niggas.
left out in the cold. It was
Bro, when it comes to people, bro, I know what type of person a person is, bro. Like, just off looking at you, I can tell what type of person you is, bro.
as low as 20 degrees Fahrenheit that night.
He got the
He was
shorties
only
with
wearing
him?
his
Okay,
costume,
my
which
boy.
consisted of Native
He got
American
that.
attire.
Yeah, he's mad at
Without his wallet,
He mad
cell phone, or
at
keys.
He mad at
From this point, he vanished without a trace. The area around the bar he was kicked out from was not considered safe, with a very high crime rate, and it was definitely not an ideal place to be roaming around at night alone and intoxicated. When no word was heard from Chris, his family hired a private investigator who was later told by witnesses that on that same night that Chris went missing, a large group of men attacked a lone person, presumed to be some kind of gang initiation, just across the street from the bar where Chris was last seen. If that wasn't enough concerning news for the family, 2 scent tracking dogs on separate days picked up Chris's trail on the sidewalk where the attack was alleged to have taken place and followed it to the same spot inside the parking garage next door, where a few drops of blood and a single red feather were found. A feather that clearly belonged to the costume Chris was wearing. Strangely, that's where the trail ended. Chris wasn't found until 4 months later, when his body was found floating in the Mississippi River, a victim of what was originally believed to be either a suicide or an accidental drowning. But further investigation caused the medical examiner to change the official cause of death from accidental drowning to homicide.
That's crazy. Bro.
This one was sent to me back in 2015. In 2007, a 12-year-old boy named Bradley was trick-or-treating with a group of friends in Colorado. The boys who were with Bradley early on in the night said that they were just going along with their trick-or-treating when one of the boys picked up on the fact that Bradley was missing. They retraced their steps in an attempt to find him and disturbingly found his...
How do you just forget that one of your homeboys is trick-or-treating with you? Like, how?
Cowboy hat sitting by the curb. Bradley was dressed in a homemade cowboy costume that day. A little ways up the road, Bradley's bag of candy was found as well, spilled out onto the street, almost leaving a trail. That was the last of Bradley's possessions that were found by the boys that night. It's unknown how Bradley disappeared without anyone noticing, but the most likely explanation would have to be that Bradley at some point wandered off on his own, leaving him vulnerable to predators on their favorite night of the year. But the only thing that may take away some credibility of that possibility would be the fact that a week later, Bradley's mother found his ashes in the backyard. The strange part was that Bradley's friends all said he was wearing glasses the last time they saw him, indicating he may have went back home in between the period that he went missing.
I don't want them niggas to
No information was followed up
track my
with
IP
since.
address and try to see where a nigga live at and shit. Hell no.
David Stone was a successful stock market analyst, making good money and a stable career, described by friends and family as a bright, sharp young man. However, a few days before Halloween of 1988, he left his home during a Halloween party when a heated argument with a party guest turned violent. This was strange because anyone close to him would say he's the least violent person they knew. A few people reported seeing David sitting next to his car on a highway, until he apparently set off on foot into the desert. He was spotted by witnesses several times that day, including a farmer who found him wandering around on his property severely underdressed for the cold weather. He was apparently muttering something about being in search of the beast before vanishing for good. He was last seen on Halloween Day. His car was found on November 5th off the same highway. Search teams headed north from the location of the car and found 2 pyramids made out of rocks and surrounded by a triangle, with David's Rolex lying next to one of them.
Look, Dave, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to hit a stain on your ass, bro. Finito.
3 miles further north, they found a Fibonacci sequence, which is a number pattern used in stock analysis, etched into the soil. Bloodhounds were able to track David's scent along the highway 13 miles north from where his car was abandoned, but the trail went cold. His family found a riddle-like note inside his vehicle that read, "They think the word is in the safe. 6 knives in Rob's room. Use by your tea and use take your chances, Halloween."
What?
Use by your teas and take your chances is a play on an old saying about stocks and gambling. And in the New Age movement, having 6 knives in your house would mean a regretful yet necessary rite of passage. 2 hikers found David Stone's remains in the desert in 1992, 4 years after he went missing. Despite having no idea what caused his erratic behavior or how and why he died.
The nigga was on that shit, my nigga. Fuck you talking about? That nigga was on that coca. Fuck you talking about? Heroin or some shit.
There was no sign of any foul play. In 1981, a Manhattan couple named Ronald Sisman and Elizabeth Platzman were murdered in their Greenwich Village apartment in the late hours of the night. The 2 were brutally beaten before being shot in the head, and the apartment was completely ransacked. Sisman, the boyfriend, was allegedly involved in drugs, so it was initially thought that that may have been a possible motive for the killings.
That's crazy.
However, the case took a bizarre turn when a prison informant claimed that one of his fellow inmates had somehow predicted the crimes weeks before it actually happened. That inmate was the son of Sam killer, David Berkowitz, an American serial killer who pleaded guilty to 8 shootings that began in New York in 1970.
White people shit. White people shit. Well, notice how all this shit, all this serial killing and shit, white people shit. Niggas don't do that shit.
He ain't lying.
Trick or treat.
76. There's even speculation that Berkowitz was involved with a satanic cult and
That
didn't
nigga
commit
look like a
those
school
murders on
shooter.
his own.
Yo ass play
According to the
Xbox.
informant, Berkowitz told him that his alleged cult was planning to break into an apartment in Greenwich Village on Halloween night and perform a ritual murder by shooting a couple in the head before ransacking the place to remove.
Nigga. Like this is what people do in their free time. Like, go get some doonies. Go get the doonies. You ain't got a girlfriend, so go cut the cheeks.
Incriminating evidence. This description matched exactly what went down in their apartment.
His ass be on the dark web.
Questioned. Berkowitz claimed that Ronald Sisman possessed snuff footage of one of the Son of Sam shootings and was planning to hand it over to the authorities to avoid some drug charges. But to this day, no evidence was found to support Berkowitz's claims. Therefore, no one knows if the murders of Ronald and Elizabeth had anything to do with the Son of Sam case. It was Halloween night of 1996 when 40-year-old Veronica Safransky of Rhode Island, Minnesota went missing. Veronica attended a Halloween costume party with a friend at Mick's Bar and Grill in Warren, Minnesota a few nights before Halloween. Veronica's friend was unable to locate her inside the bar around midnight. However, witnesses told authorities that Veronica was seen with a man named Kevin Skirvin leaving the bar together. They left the venue in his black pickup truck with Oregon license plates. This was the last moment Veronica was seen. She was reported as a missing person later the next day. And
Ladies, bruh, y'all females, bro, y'all need to be careful who the hell y'all leave the club with, bar with. Me personally, bro, I wouldn't want to like meet no girl at the bar or club, like on some, like as a serious thing, nah. But like to you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but girls, y'all know girls be wanting love so quick, so they find love anywhere, just anywhere. Like hell no, like as a dude, you already know it. We not covering no girl that we met at the bar, club, hookah lounge and shit. We not taking them hoes serious, hell no. You need to go find you a good girl. You gotta go to like the Bars and Noble, you know what I'm saying? Java Juice, fuck you talking about, you know what I'm saying? Panera Bread, Starbucks, you know what I'm saying? These old places like that. Church, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all females, y'all just be going home with anybody, bro. Like, y'all gotta be careful, bro.
Later that year, a belt believed to be part of her costume was found along a country road not far away. An extensive search of the area didn't yield any evidence as to where she could be. Kevin Skirvin, the man she was seen leaving the bar with, had a history of sexual assault convictions, and he admitted to departing Mick's Bar and Grill with Veronica. but claimed that he did not know what happened to her afterwards. He had never been charged in connection with her disappearance.
Let him be black though. That nigga getting charged ASAP. What you talking about?
Authorities have said that there are many wooded areas in Marshall County where Veronica's remains could be easily concealed. In fact, at the start of each hunting season, the sheriff asks local hunters to be on the lookout when traversing the wooded lands, as her body has still yet to be located. Her case remains unsolved.
Damn. That's crazy, but I know that's like kind of...
On Halloween in 1955, Marilyn DeMond took her 2-year-old son Stephen and 7-month-old daughter Pamela to a bakery in East Meadow, New York.
I wasn't even thought of.
While she was inside the bakery, Marilyn irresponsibly left Stephen and his sister, who was inside a carriage, to wait outside the front. When she left the bakery 10 minutes later, she was mortified to discover that both Stephen and the carriage were gone. Shortly thereafter, the carriage with Pamela still inside was discovered about a block and a half.
I ain't like this baby look like he the motherfucking devil, bro. I ain't like to you. I ain't like to y'all white babies. This motherfucker look satanic, demonic. Hell no. I feel like this nigga looking into my soul. Let me press play.
However, Stephen was nowhere to be found.
Don't look at me.
He has not been seen since. In many cases where infants are abducted, it's theorized that the perpetrator wanted a child of their own and decided to raise the missing infant under a new name. Over the years, DNA testing has been utilized in an attempt to determine if Stephen DeMond was ever given a new identity. At one point, investigators noticed that Stephen bore a resemblance to the infamous boy in the box, an unidentified child who was found murdered inside a cardboard box in Philadelphia in 1957. However, after DNA testing, all indications were that the boy in the box was not Stephen DeMond.
Good.
In 2009, a Michigan man named John Barnes came forward, believing he might be Stephen, but some DNA testing also ruled this out. It's possible that an adult Stephen DeMond might be living another life somewhere under a different identity, unaware that he was once taken from his real family. It may also be a possibility that Stephen was murdered long ago, and his body was never found. Either way, his current whereabouts, dead or alive, continue to remain unknown, and at this point, will probably never be known.
You know what I'm saying? That's it for today's Spooky Scary Friday, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy, bro. Y'all be safe out there in this world, bro. This world cool and all, bro, but this world low-key got some weird
I make her laugh, she like me for show. In the trap, tryna stretch me a boat. Phone them whip, cooking up dope. GDK and we dropping the rakes. Slimy little dude, they think I'm a snake. Never chase a bitch, she can't tell me she late. Romeo Wood smoking birthday cake.